Okay, this is displaying the situation on my Schwinn exercise bike where a cable broke, and then my attempts at getting a replacement end on it so that it could be used has not been successful. So just looking at this, it is a recumbent bike, as you've mentioned. And there's control, and it's got some electronic controls up here. And down here I've got this left side pedal off, and obviously that drives this wheel, which then turns the flywheel down there. And the flywheel, actually, it's more than just a flywheel in the sense that this bank of magnets on this arm determines the resistance. And if I don't know that I can pull it back easily, but the cable is positioning this according to a programmed pattern that's selected by the user or established by the user. Now, how does that get pulled back? Let's see if I use a pointer. There's a motor underneath here, down here, that drives this wheel, or this sheave, and the cable goes from here, wraps around, and goes in at this point, and it goes through the sheath of the cable back around and just comes out up here. And this is where the cable comes out, and it attaches right at this point, which you aren't going to be able to see real well, but and that's how in the let's see here. I'm going to pause this a minute. I should have mentioned to begin with that you could ignore this orange tape, which is just holding a piece of Teflon in place there, and this tube. These are artifacts of me trying to find a way to dress this and be able to control this, assuming I could ever get a good connection to get a pin on the end of the cable such that I could put it down in like that and then rotate it around and have it dressed through the black sheathing and up here, and then attached to this up here. Attached in behind here so that it could pull as this rotates. My attempts at soldering, even silver soldering, were not sufficient. They didn't hold the cable well. I used a brass rod. I made this rod. I expected to cut this off to just be a short pin like that, so that it would be able to be dressed through there and then set down into the location on this. And then by adjusting these, I get to be the right kind of control, or have it working in the right range to provide the range of resistance that's possible. So I guess the easiest thing, now let's see, let me do one other thing here. I come over here like this, and you could possibly see with a little bit of light that here is a place where originally this cable would come out and come out through this and go into there, and so there was kind of an end that would be behind here, and what I had done was to be able to have some flexibility of something was to try and dress it through this tube and get it down here, and then I could control by stopping the cable or clamping on the cable there, it would be directed and it would still be applying the force to pull this back like that. But I think originally it had some kind of an end like this that would fit on there, and there would be some flexibility or adjustability as there is with these by screwing it in and out that would be used ideally. And that's probably the way it was originally, and I don't know where that piece got lost in my efforts to. This isn't the first time or the second time. I think this is the third time that the cable actually broke. So I'm going to look at this video and see if that's sufficient, that you can see enough of it